15 minutes into the hour, Sway in the Morning, Shade 4-5. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. The whole team is here.
Yeah.
Heather B.
Present.
Tracy G.
I am here.
All right, I'm here. Wonder's here. Q's here. Everybody's here. Sharifa's here. Big Anna's here. DB is here. And it's interesting. Everybody's here on time and excited. And it's unusual, Heather B.
I'm excited because this is the first year for Thanksgiving. I'm not cooking. I'm just freeloading and out Sway, and it feels stupendous. Use a biggie word, stupendous.
Stupendous. Minnie the Moocher. Minnie the Moocher.
No, it's not mooch.
Listen,
I'm bringing stuff.
Heather, I often, what I do on Thanksgiving is I go by people's houses who I haven't seen in a while, who are happy to see you, and they all give me a plate. So by the end of the day, I haven't had to cook. I don't have to clean up, and I got the choice food. Pick up my choice.
Now, what is your thing of choice to bring? Because you look like sort of a bringer. What do you bring? Do you bring alcohol? Do you bring dessert? What's your bring?
Me.
Oh, you're not a bringer?
Nah, man. I'm a giver year round.
Sway, how dare you show up empty-handed for Thanksgiving?
I come with me. I'm a giver year round. You know what I do is I see what's needed, and then I'll go to the store and get that. But often that's not anything needed, so I don't have to. I bring the entertainment. I bring the energy. I bring the jokes.
I see what you do.
You see what I do?
They're so happy to see you that they don't want you to. I got it, Sway. I got it. Such a get over.
All right. Interesting show today. Linda Lauren is going to be by today. She's the psychic.
Yes.
You remember her?
Yes, I do. But HB was telling me that I didn't wear enough white today. Because remember, she was talking about how my energy is very rainbow-like and how I need to center myself by wearing white.
And you were all black.
I have a little bit of white peeking through.
It's dirty.
No, it's not.
What is that?
It's off-white.
Nah, that's not the same.
Come on. I'm getting better every day.
Was that a paper mache shirt? What is that?
Is that toilet paper, you loser?
A riff-raff shirt. Riff-raff.
Also, if all goes according to plan, the only Kanye West, we asked him to come by this morning.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
I just want him to bring that voice. I'm dying to hear it.
Let's see if he talks in the voice today.
Yes, I love it.
That'd be great.
Sway.
You know, he had such a tremendous show. I wanted for him to come to our show and talk about what his tour is like. It's like no other tour I ever seen. So we'll talk to him about that today.
Okay.
We're going to open up the phone lines. Who's waking up with Sway in the morning? Give us a call, 888-742-3345. Start it off right, Wonder. I will not lose. All right, 888-742-3345. We're going to go to the phone line as soon as I figure this out here. I have to be. Sometimes I have problems with the phone lines, and today I figured it out on my own. We got Rick on the line from Texas.
Hey, Rick, Big Rick. Ricky.
Ricky.
Oh.
How you doing, brother?
Oh, pretty good, man. You know, Sway, you come to San Antonio, I got you hooked up for Thanksgiving dinner, player.
That my man Rick right there.
You
man.
see? They're so happy to see you.
That's how it happens. Thanks, Rick. You're a citizen.
Let's wait in the morning.
You know, you just show up sometimes, and people are happy to see you. Rashad, you know what I mean? You're in Miami. What are you doing for Thanksgiving?
Man, I'm just chilling with the folks, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man.
Just trying to have a good old time.
That's it, man. Sip on a little something.
Yeah.
You know, and then don't go nowhere. We're gonna take it to Brooklyn. Good morning. How you doing, man?
BK.
What's up, Sway? Sway, I just want to tell you, man, I feel like I'm in college, man. Thank you for the knowledge and the things you do on the airways. You, Heather B, and Tracy G.
Wow.
Wow, thank you. That's so nice to say.
It's really like college, you know, because I was listening to the interview with you and Vlad. You give a lot of information, man. I'm going to get my degree soon. I'm going to see you soon, Sway.
That's what's up, man. And you know
Later.
what? We're posting up that Vlad interview. Vlad gave a lot of, from VladTV.com, gave a lot of information about how to be successful on the internet if you're an artist.
Mm-hmm.
Valuable information.
He sure did.
We're posting that on Sway'sUniverse.com. Check it out. Carlos in Connecticut. Good morning. How you doing?
Carlos.
Hey, good morning, Sway. What's up, man? Finally got on the phone, man.
Yo, Carlos, you're a citizen, bro.
Sway in the morning, Carlos.
Hey, thanks, guys. Hey, I just want to give you a shout-out. You know, I go to school. I listen to you guys every morning. Y'all do y'all thing, and I appreciate it. Y'all keep me going.
Yo, man, people are really nice calling us, man. Thank you.
It's the holidays.
It's the holiday. People are in good spirits.
Yes.
It is the holiday, 25 minutes into the hour. Up next, on our daily news, we're going to talk about the Sandy Hook shooting report. It's nearly a year since that took place, and the case is finally closed. We'll give you the details up next. Sway in the morning.
here, save your change. Sway's got your daily news right here, huh?
All right, 33 minutes into the hour as we approach the one-year anniversary of one of the saddest massacres that have ever taken place in this country, the Sandy Hook killings. There are lots of details about this investigation into last year's massacre at Sandy Hook Elementary School in Connecticut. But none of these details answer the big question, why?
Yeah.
Why did 21-year-old Adam Lanza go into his old elementary school and gun down 21st graders and 6 adults before killing himself? The case is now closed. The 44-page summary released by the investigators yesterday gives us some clues, like Lanza was mentally ill and had become obsessed with school shootings and mass murders, but in the end, they came to no conclusion. Why did he do this?
Wow.
Yeah, but our condolences once again, and our prayers and strength goes out to those who survived and their family members and their friends and that whole community, the whole community over there in Connecticut.
Absolutely.
All right. In other news, remember that rape case we were talking about? Was that Steuben Hill high school football players?
Steubenville,
Steubenville high school football players. They were found guilty of raping a 16-year-old girl. Well, 4 more people have been indicted by a grand jury on charges related to that case.
Wow.
Including the Steubenville City School superintendent and a football coach. 2 Steubenville high school football players were found guilty of raping a 16-year-old girl. 4 more have been indicted by a grand jury on charges related to the case, including the superintendent, as I said, Michael McVeigh. He was indicted on charges of tampering with evidence, obstruction of justice, and falsification. Matthew Belladine, volunteer football coach, was charged by allowing underage drinking, obstructing official business, falsification, and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. 2 other people were charged. Here's what Ohio Attorney General Mike DeWine said at a press conference about the new charges.
While this started out being about the kids, it is also just as much about the parents, about the grown-ups, about the adults. How do you hold kids accountable if you don't hold the adults accountable?
Wow, I agree. What do you think?
I absolutely agree,
100% agree with that, man.
Yeah, star football players ended up in prison and jail. You know, their college careers done.
Yeah.
Oof, this is nasty.
And the parents are walking around. I mean, they're feeling the anguish of their kids being locked up.
Yeah, adults had things to do with it as well.
Absolutely. I'm going to move on. Here's a tidbit of information for those of you who use birth control pills or take morning after pills. And
oh, no.
Yeah, it's just sex related, Heather.
Oh, okay.
It is being said that the morning after pill doesn't work on women over 176 pounds, according to HRA Pharma, the company that manufactures Norlevo, the European version of Plan B. They have revised its packaging to indicate that the pregnancy prevention medication is now always effective for women over 165 pounds and doesn't work at all for women who weigh more than 176 pounds. Big girls are at risk.
They're big girl snobs over here, these people.
What are you talking about, man? They also found out the risk of pregnancy was particularly high and that emergency contraception was made of levonorgestrel, the hormone found in many of the major over-the-counter morning after pills sold in the United States like Plan B One Step.
Wow.
But more importantly, these big girls who are having sex, how do you maneuver someone that's over 176 pounds?
Easy. You got to know how to work it, Daddy.
You got to know how to work it?
That's right.
What about the little dude that you weigh more than?
There's no... Why would a big girl be with a little dude? Who wants a little dude? You want somebody who could hand you over.
Most times you see big girls, they're with skinny guys. I know that sounds like a broad generalization, but how many times have you seen that?
I don't know.
And how do they maneuver big girls having sex, man? Let's get the big girls to call in.
I'm calling in.
888-742-3345. How to maneuver a big girl while having sex.
We over here, some facts.
Listen to the hour. We got a lot of big girls on the line right now. We're talking about the morning after pill. They say it doesn't work on women over 176 pounds. According to the HRA Pharma, the company that manufactures Norlevo, they said it's not always effective for women over 165, doesn't work at all for women who weigh more than 176 pounds.
Wow.
Big girls having sex.
That's right.
Lots and lots of it.
Absolutely.
How do you maneuver that?
Don't worry about that, Sway. You got to have the right equipment.
I heard that. Tammy is in Baltimore. Hey, Tammy, you a big girl?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, give it up for Tammy.
Hey, Tammy, what's up, girl?
Thanksgiving is coming.
That's right.
just to let you know, little guys have no problem handling a big girl.
Really? Do you have to make special like maneuvers?
Not at all.
No?
I can do just as much as a little girl.
Really, really, really? You're probably doing a lot more than a little girl then. You got that big girl laugh too, girl. Let me hear it. But you know what? You're a citizen.
I'll sway in the morning.
All right, we don't discriminate, damn it. We got Letitia's on the line from VA. What up, Letitia?
Hey, Letitia.
Hey, Tish, you there? Tish, you there?
No, this is BMW.
Oh, BMW. My bad, BMW. Let me get to Letitia. Letitia, you there?
Yes, I'm here.
What up, girl?
Hey, Letitia, what's up?
Look, Sway, I got a question for you, baby. So you saying that women over 176 pounds are big girls?
It depends on how tall you are.
Well, I'm from the Bay. I'm 180 pounds, and I maneuver just fine, baby.
Oh, there it is, boo. I like that. All right,
You see what I'm saying, Sway? All fact. I like Letitia.
Yeah, she's all right. Are you 180 pounds of muscle?
A little bit. A little bit here and there.
Do big girls have bigger boxes?
No.
The monkeys the same?
I don't know, Sway. We don't go around checking other girls' monkeys. What the hell are you talking about?
It's called a monkey. It's called a fat rabbit.
All right, Letitia, you a citizen.
Sway in the morning.
All right, we'll take more of your calls. 888-742-3345. 42 minutes in the hour. We got sports up next.
Yes, I do, Sway. You'll never believe the numbers Kobe just put up.
Shade 45.
Recapping the latest in sports.
Yeah, baby! Yeah, baby! What a game! Unbelievable! What a game! Wait a minute! I don't believe what I just saw!
It's Sway in the Morning Sports Report on Shade 45.
All right, 52 minutes into the hour. Hey,
Yeah. Sway citizens, Week 12 in the NFL came to an end last night with the 6-4 49ers visiting the 3-7 Washington Redskins.
Kaepernick takes the final knee, and now these sides spill out into the middle of the field, and the 49ers have won a game that, especially yesterday, became a really need-to-win a game. It was not must-win, but it was a really need-to-win night, and they did. 27-6, the 49ers defeat Washington tonight.
27-6 was the final, and the 49ers improved to 7-4. In other news, Seattle Seahawks cornerback Brandon Browner is facing a one-year suspension from the NFL for violating a substance abuse policy. More drugs, Sway.
Right.
Also, the Vikings released cornerback A.J. Jefferson yesterday, just hours after he was arrested on a domestic assault charge. Listen to this. Jefferson, he was in his fourth season. He was arrested on this probable cause of domestic violence. Now, the police department is saying that the 23-year-old woman reported that she was a victim of domestic abuse at 4:30 a.m. in the morning. He was arrested at his home, and he is now in the county jail.
Damn.
Yeah, man, it's rough. Moving over to the NBA, where some teams like the Portland Trailblazers are on a winning streak.
Smith front court. Aldridge conceding a layup, but he missed it anyway, and LaMarcus claims the board. He'll hold it. The Blazers don't have to advance, and the game is over. A little bit of heaven as the winning streak reaches 11.
Yeah, that was the Blazers playing the Knicks last night. That final was 102-91 Blazers. That's their 11th straight win. By the way, Sway, the Knicks are 3-10. My Spurs got their... Yeah. I didn't know it was going to 3-10.
That bad?
Yes, that bad. My Spurs got their 11th straight win as well by beating New Orleans 112-93, and the Pacers improved to 13-1. 98-84 was the final over the Timberwolves. There are only 4 games on schedule tonight, citizens. Go to Channel 88 for more information on that. Now, I got to talk about the Lakers really quickly, Sway, because Kobe Bryant signed his 2-year extension contract with them yesterday. Sources are saying it's up to $48.5 million for 2 years. $23.5 million in the first year, $25 million in the second year. Now, he hasn't played a game yet all year. Hasn't played since last April when he tore his Achilles tendon, and he's going to still receive $30.4 million this season in the final year of his contract. He's 35 years old, and he'll maintain his status as the NBA's highest paid player in the league.
As he should. As Kobe Bryant, damn it.
Wow.
Yeah, he started that.
You
he
like
didn't.
that?
Jordan did.
Okay, yeah, Jordan.
But you know what? They're playing the Nets tomorrow in Brooklyn, and you know I have season tickets.
Will you be there?
Absolutely.
That's nice. And last but not least, Sway.
Hockey.
There's only one game on schedule tonight for hockey, Anaheim and Dallas. And for more information on that game, citizens, go to Sirius Channel 207 or XM Channel 211.
All right, we're starting to take names for the taking names, baby. For
next, not this week, Sway. December 7th. Thank you so much, Sway. For Sunday, December 7th, we're traveling this weekend for the holidays.
That's right. Never mind.
For Sporty Sundays
after the holidays.
That's right.
All right, we got a very special guest that's going to join us with Celebrity Wire.
We do?
John O'Hurley.
Yeah.
You know him from Seinfeld.
Oh,
Family Feud. He's coming
you.
by. Also up next in Celebrity Wire.
We got to talk about a rapper who called out Solange Knowles on having an affair with someone wild.
Really?
Yep.
That's up next. Shade 4-5. Let's let it rock, baby. All right, Sway in the morning, Shade 4-5. Coming in the studio momentarily is John O'Hurley. Now, you know him as what? Jay Peterson from Seinfeld. Peterman, yeah, Peterman.
Elaine's boss.
Jay Peterman from Seinfeld. Also, Family Feud.
Ding, ding, ding.
I know him from General Hospital.
Do you?
Man, that dude did every soap opera in the book.
Nice.
If you want to talk with him, he's here, 888-742-3345. Later in the show, Kanye West is coming by.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
And Linda Lauren, the psychic, she'll be here too.
Hey, hey, hey.
All right, up next on Celebrity Wire, we have...
Beyonce. She was reportedly kicked out of a sightseeing tour, and I'm going to tell you exactly why.
Shade 4-5.
Reporting on the latest celebrity news, scandals, and occasional sex tape. It's the Celebrity Wire on Sway in the morning.
All right, 11 minutes into the hour. Tracy G.
Who, Sway? Somebody's going to hate me for saying this, but whatevs, it's got to be put out there. Chief Keef, Chicago rapper. This probably has to be the most irresponsible young rapper in the game. And I say that because we already know that prison has pretty much been this kid's second home. And now he is going to be the father of a third child.
How?
Because he does not pull out. He does not use a condom.
I thought he'd been in jail all this time.
Yep. Well, a paternity test was done, and he is the daddy of a 10-month-old child. He already can't pay child support for another paternity file that was put against him. So he's going to be having to put $2,500 down in child support plus a $25K lump sum. But good luck with the collection on that because he already owes thousands of dollars with another kid.
Hey, man, congratulations. Chief Keef brought another life into this planet.
Oh.
The flip side is somebody is born, so you never know who that person may become. Hopefully he does the right thing by his children. Congratulations.
That's good, Sway. I have nothing more to say about that.
Yeah.
Now, moving on to other news, Beyonce, she always seems very perfect, her persona, her image, but someone in Egypt is saying that Beyonce is rude as all hell and went as far as to kick her out of a sightseeing tour. This is coming from a man named Zahi Hawass. He's an archaeologist, and he said that when Beyonce was on the ancient Egyptian grounds and he was going to give her this great tour, she ended up coming late. So he asked for her to say an apology. And when he asked for it, she just kept her mouth shut. So he got upset with that. And then a second reason he got upset is because she brought her personal photographer. And, of course, she also had a security guard with him. But both of them were heckling the tour's photographer and saying, stop, I am the one who says yes or no, not you. This is Beyonce's photographer. So at the end of the day, the guy was like, you know what? You don't get a certain privilege for being a celebrity. And he told Beyonce to her face that she was stupid and then said, get off the premises.
He needed to get his ass whipped for that, though. That was way beyond the call of duty. Listen, did he wait for her while she was late?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Okay, then that's on him.
Yeah, but this guy can't even be trusted because he's had issues with other people as well, including Barack Obama.
Yeah, I mean, well, you know what that is. You know, it's a lot of, when you travel, there is a lot of racist folks, even in Egypt, based on the color of your skin. Mm-hmm. But secondly, he's a hypocrite for saying you don't get special privileges because you're a celebrity, but he gave her a special privilege by waiting for her.
True.
He could have just went on. She could have caught the next tour.
Absolutely. And Beyonce don't care. Speaking of tours, she just sold over $100 million in ticket sales. So she is chilling.
Goodness.
Yeah, I'm rocking for the
Yes. Now moving on to some television
You know what I
news.
mean, Heather B?
Yeah, B.
All right, I'm just saying.
We feel you, Sway. Scandal, our favorite show, the creator, Shonda Rhimes, in 2015. If you want to know about her life, you can find that out because she's going to be coming out with a memoir. And one of the things about her personal life that she's dishing about is her decision to not give birth herself. She has 3 adopted children. And a quote that she gave was saying, "I've never been in the delivery room. I've never pushed. But when I hear my friends talk about the horrors of pregnancy, I am not jealous. The hemorrhoids, the awful moment in the midst of pushing when they poop on the table. I didn't even know about all of that." But basically, she's saying that she's intrigued by it, but she's totally fine with being detached and has no plans of pushing out a child on her own.
What's that about, though? There are a lot of women who don't want to bear children. Heather, you're not tripping, right?
No, I'm not tripping, and I'll adopt too.
You would adopt too?
Absolutely. I think it's a great thing to do.
And she's had a good experience through adoption, right?
Yep.
I'm curious, too, what your experiences have been if you adopted children. Give us a call, 888-742-3345. Shay 45.
More Celebrity Wire.
You know what? Is that what I said? Because I'll wear your ass out.
That's a threat. On Sway in the morning.
All right, 18 minutes into the hour. We're talking about Shonda Rhimes.
Yes, it's the creator of Scandal. She's coming out with a memoir in 2015. And one of the things that she revealed is although she is 101% healthy, she can bear children. She's decided against that, and she loves adoption. She has 3 adopted kids.
A lot of women are opting not to bear children. They want to go through adoption, right?
Absolutely.
Why you feel that is, Heather B?
Well, men are mean to women after they put on baby weight.
Uh-huh.
Let's start there. And then I didn't know about the part about defecating on the operating table, which really adds a whole nother issue.
Yes.
And then, honestly, my personal opinion, 9 months without a cocktail just sounds like hell on fire.
All right, Heather B.
Okay.
Well, Heather B., thank you for that.
You're welcome.
I agree.
By the way, welcome to the show. John O'Hurley is here.
Nice to be here. Nice to be here. In a hormonal-free environment.
Yes, indeed, man. Man, would you adopt a kid? What do you think about adoption?
We had, we have one child, 7 years old. I would never give up the experience of having a child. But at the same time, our 7-year-old son is saying, "Daddy, when am I going to have a brother?" And I said, "Well, Mommy doesn't want to have another child." And he goes, "Oh, no, I got this figured out. We're going to go down to the adoption place and buy one."
Oh, wow.
And he said, "Buy one." I said, "That's what we're going to do. We're going to buy one." Yeah. I said, "Well, Will would have to give up the space in your room." He said, "Oh, no. He could have his own room." I said, "Well, you go to a private school. We have to stop that and put you back in a public school." He says, "Oh, no, I could go and he could go to the public school." So he's already thrown him under the bus.
Wow.
I said, "Will, would you tell me really why you want to have a younger brother?" He says, "I want to have something to tell on Newsday."
Wow.
Sibling rivalry.
He's honest that he just wanted to have something for show and tell.
That's why he wanted a little brother.
That's why he wants a little
Nice.
brother.
John O'Hurley, man. You never know how many people you have something in common with. All right, we're going to go to the phone lines. We got Dante on the line. He's from California. Dante, you're an adopted child, correct?
Morning, Sway, Heather.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Yeah. You're an adopted child?
Yes, I'm an adopted child. I was adopted when I was 3 years old. I remember the whole experience. To make the story short, my mom was about 16 when she had me. She was a troubled teen, so she couldn't provide a good life for me. So she decided when I was 3 that she would try to find me a better life. I ended up getting adopted by a man and a woman in their late 50s. The reason I was adopted was because my mom wanted kids, but my dad hates kids. And after about 15 years of my mom bugging my dad, he finally gave in. And it was a big mistake.
Hey, man, you're depressing. You know what, Dante? You're depressing the hell out of me this morning, man. The way you was it a good experience or not?
No, it was a horrible experience. That's the day my life changed. Like I said, I was adopted by someone who hated kids. So
wow. Okay, yeah.
So it's still. I'm 29 now, and that still haunts me to this day.
Yeah. Do you have kids?
I do not have kids. I'm probably gonna start here pretty soon.
Would you adopt?
yes, I would adopt, but I'm going to try the old-fashioned way first.
Okay, my man Dante, man, I'm going to go. He convinced me that I no longer want to talk about this subject here, all right?
Gosh,
all right, John O'Hurley is here. Coming, we're going to talk about the 12th annual edition of the holiday special, the National Dog Show, presented by Purina. But also, man, I'm a big fan of yours. I watched you on Family Feud. I watched you on all the soaps back in the day. And a lot of people watch you on Seinfeld.
Yeah.
And we're going to open up the phone lines. 888-742-3345, Shade 45. Hey, Peterman from Seinfeld.
That's
John
how it
O'Hurley
started.
is here. Man, hey, I know people always ask you about those times, but
They were the greatest, I tell you. You're playing with the championship team and the championship season. There's nothing like Seinfeld. And the thing was, everybody knew that we were standing in a cathedral while we were doing it. Yeah. You knew that it was going to be the greatest show ever. And you know what I used to say was, people would come into the show and they were extras or whatever. They'd be casting them just for the day, and I'd say, I want you to do something. I want you to keep the script. I want you to write notes on it. I want you to remember what you were wearing, who you talked to, everything about this experience, because you're going to be watching this show with your grandchildren. And I can't tell you that about any other show you'll do, but I'm right so far.
Yes.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, great memory. It's fun to look back and use it as kind of a barometer in your life as to all the things that were going on. And it's been fun. It's been a fun run.
What was one thing about Jerry that you knew, because you hear about folks all the time. I'm sure if I was to ever step on the court with Michael Jordan, knowing his legacy and knowing his legend, that it would be a lot of hype around it. But once you get on that court and you see something that that person actually did in front of you that convinced you, oh, the hype is real. Did Jerry ever have a moment with
Jerry he would always stand around the set with his hands in his pocket like he was a tourist, and with a bowl of cereal. I mean, Jerry does not have that kind of commanding presence that you have. He's quite a kind of a quiet, unassuming guy, contrasted to the other people were on the show, which were just really strong personalities. And that's really the way the show was kind of constructed, is that Jerry was the keel of the ship. He was kind of what normal was, and then he had all of the craziness around him. So that was really kind of what it was. But Jerry was a very quiet guy and lived for the show, basically. When the show ended, he finally came up to me in 1998, and because I would travel the world, as I just do. Yeah. And he says, I want to live your life. Where do you go? He says, I want to live the life of O'Hurley Burley.
Wow, really?
Yeah, so I was the one who got him in all the trouble after that, sending him to Iceland and to Ibiza and all the other spots. Yeah. I gave him a bucket list, and he emptied the bucket.
Yeah, you've had a great life. Family Feud, man. We all grew up with Family Feud in our household.
Yeah,
it's
great,
been some legendary guys from Richard Dawson.
Oh, it's been great. Steve Harvey took it over a few years back and does a great job with it. Steve is just great. Steve is just Steve. He does a great job with the show. But it's a classic American game show when you get these families that come on and they think they know everything, and then you put the TV cameras on them and they're like deer in the headlights. I had one of my favorite stories on Family Feud was these two people come up to the face-off, and I asked the question, which hopefully is up there on the board. So I said, name a classic film that begins with the letter C. Seabiscuit.
That's a great one. I would have said Casablanca.
That was up there. Citizen Kane. They were all up there. But everybody was Seabiscuit. He was as confident as he could be.
Hilarious. Did any of the families actually feud backstage, like maybe if one of them lost?
No, actually, they were all. Television has a way of bringing out the politeness in everybody's on their best behavior. The families would be a little upset within them in the feud. There, they would go after each other. You shouldn't have said that. You should. But I had one true story. I had named something that you would add to a first date to make yourself seem more attractive. So we're going down the line, and you'd say perfume, cologne, all the way down the line. Well, the fourth person is always like the old, the grandmother or something like that. So I looked at her, and I said, sweetheart, I grabbed her hand, gave her a little kiss, and I said, what would you add to a first date to make yourself seem more attractive? And she said, stuff my pants with a vegetable.
Oh, a grandmother?
A grandmother said that?
Stuff my pants with a vegetable. I said, yep, that's another.
Give it a bowl.
Another head of lettuce in the produce section there.
I like that. John O'Hurley is here. We're going to take your calls. Good morning. How you doing? Hello?
Yeah, how you doing?
How you doing? Say hello to John.
Hey, hello, John O'Hurley.
How are you, my friend?
I'm doing good. My name is Kalechi. I'm calling from Washington, D.C. The thing I admired about you the most was your voice. I think you have one of the most amazing voices in show business.
Oh, thanks.
I want to know, were you ever interested in sports broadcasting, or if you ever did that? And if you did, would you ever be interested in doing it?
No, radio, I've never done. Radio has high standards.
Right. like we do here at Shade 45.
No, thank you for that. I'll tell you a true story. Mine was the last voice to change in high school.
I had this little voice up there like this. I was like 16 years old, and then
about a half an hour, it all of a sudden dropped down here.
Really?
Yeah, it happened in a day, and I don't know why, but it was for a long time. I was the squeakiest little voice you ever heard.
So you never know. You never know.
That's right.
Now you have one of the most recognizable voices in the game today, man. Congratulations with that.
Yeah.
And then on Thanksgiving Day, this show is so popular. The National Dog Show presented by Purina. I'm a dog lover.
Yeah.
I'm a pet owner.
Yeah.
And so is Heather. Tracy, are you a pet owner?
No, I used to be, but then he did bad things for the carpet, and my dad kicked him out.
Okay. All right. Thank you for that sad
Very
story.
traumatizing.
How many people watch this show?
Do we get an audience? It's the #1 show on NBC right now. We get an audience of 21 million people last year, and it keeps on growing. It just keeps on growing. Well, it's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know that if this showed at any other time during the year that it would be as popular. It's in that perfect slot between the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade and football. So what do you put on television on the great family day of the year where there's something for everybody to watch? The dog show is a perfect thing. It's for, if you're 2 years old or you're 92 years old, there's something there to watch. And we have 78 million dogs in this country, so we have the alma mater factor, basically. People sit on their sofas and they root for the dog next to them, which is really what the dog book is about, the perfect dog that I wrote this year. It really is about the idea that the dog that is perfect is the one next to you.
There it is, the perfect dog. You can pick this up now. You go online and get it on Amazon.
Amazon, it sold out. It sold out the first day on Amazon, so it's been pretty popular.
All right, John, thank you for coming by.
Great to be here,
John O'Hurley. Make sure you watch that National Dog Show presented by Purina on Thanksgiving Day from noon to 2 p.m. I'll be watching, bro.
Okay.
All right,
nice to be with you. God bless you.
Pleasure. All right. We got Kanye West coming by later this morning.
Yep.
All right, Linda Lauren is psyched to be here as well. But right now, as we do about this time, it's the one and only doing a special Kanye West edition of the mix today. DJ
Spit it till you say
Sway, it's your girl 7 on that Sway in the Morning Show. Let's go.
Go, Sway in the Morning, Shade 5 minutes into the hour. Welcome to the show. If you're just now tuning in, we're getting geared up. Kanye West is coming by today.
DJ Wonder did such a nice mix dedicated to him.
That was pretty incredible. Wonder all those Kanye hits. You forget how many hits the man had.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah, he's like top 5 most successful digital sales artists there is on the planet right now.
Really?
Kanye sold music, man.
Wow.
Music, man.
Wow.
It's interesting because all we tend to focus on is everything else.
Because you love it. It's just right in your face, and it's just so, I like all of that stuff. I love all the riffraff.
All right. Well, listen, on a separate note, we're going to be doing a Hungerthon here at SiriusXM.com. That's our blog if you want to find out more about it. And it's a lot of people. There are millions of people who are hungry around the world, and hundreds of thousands who stay hungry here in the United States. We're going to give you guys an opportunity to come up here and hang out with us, the morning show, Sway in the Morning Show, have the full experience. And all you got to do is donate and go on our site, SiriusXM.com, and donate. And you have a chance to donate to our Hungerthon charity auction, Sway Calloway Experience. This is what they're calling it. It sounds weird to me. But we're going to auction off a day with me. You know, a morning with me.
Yeah.
Where you can hang out with Heather. You can hang out with Tracy. You can hang out with DJ Wonder, OQDB, Big Ant, Sharifa, and Trey Famous. And you just got to bid on it. Now, last year, somebody bid it like, well, how much was it, OQ?
It's like damn near $1 million. Something like that. You know what I mean?
No, it wasn't, OQ.
I thought it was $2,000. $2,500.
How much? 15. We from $1 million to 1,500. Thanks. All right.
That's what I said.
No, okay, great, good. $1,500. Not only do you get to hang with us, but you'll get a world worth of experience, knowledge that we will share with you. And just think of it like this: the money you auction for will go to a worthy cause. We're utilizing it directly to feed hungry people.
Yes.
So go to SiriusXM.com/2013 Hungerthon, and you go ahead and place your bid, and I'm yours.
You hoeing?
Pretty much.
I'm yours. You can't say it. Place your bid and I'm yours. Sway, we're giving people a great experience, especially for people that may be interested in media or broadcasting or want to learn. They'll see some of their favorite artists, athletes, actors, entertainers. All of that happens right here on Sway in the Morning.
True.
It's a great opportunity.
Yeah, go to SiriusXM.com and bid now. Sway in the Morning, Shade 45. Yep, Sway in the Morning, Shade 45, 15 minutes into the hour. Okay, so Kanye will be here in about 15 minutes.
Right.
All right. Now, I know, Heather, you were really curious about Kanye's
voice.
Yeah.
I'm fascinated by it, Sway. I want to know which voice will show up today. If it's going to be like, yo, because I don't care, or, Sway, like the Mike Muse political news voice.
Okay, and then Tracy G, you were really impressed by his
clothing. All those get-up choices that he uses at Yeezus, because I feel like the one thing that is most important about Kanye West is how he has stretched the limits of masculinity. I don't know if he's, like, doing it purposely or if it's just artistic expression with all the mask and shit, but I want to see how much it's a really conscious effort.
All right. So what I want to do is open up the phone lines to see what you guys want to know most from Kanye. There's been a lot of stuff out there on the internet. He's been speaking a lot. He came out of his sabbatical from not doing interviews, and so he's done a ton of them. So what's out there that's left to talk to him about that you will want to know? Call us, 888-742-3345. All right, Sway in the Morning, Shade 45. A lot of people calling for Kanye right now.
Yeah.
And they want to know what to ask him. He's running late.
Mine is the ones on Twitter are not nice questions, though.
What kind of questions you getting?
Ask Kanye, are people still putting up polls for him to run into?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
I don't want to ask him that.
And another comment was, tell Kanye to stop comparing himself to Walt Disney. We've heard it enough.
That's a question? I asked for questions. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, like something for real.
Like something real, man.
You like your chicken fried or double fried?
Yeah, that's a real question.
That's what I'm saying.
There.
That's realness right there.
Do you put your socks in the dirty clothes hamper or you throw them on the floor, right? That's a good question.
What's Kim Kardashian's favorite sex position?
Oh, come on, Tracy.
I just want to know how Baby North was born.
All right, cool. All right, so Kanye should be here in about 10 minutes. We'll have them for you guys as citizens. Sway in the Morning, Shade 45. You got to appreciate what's happening next. Kanye West is on his way up here. I heard he's pulling up now.
Uh-oh.
Maybe about 20 minutes late. But it's understandable because we know Kanye is heavily into fashion. And he's just being fashionably late. Heather B, that's what it is, right?
No excuses.
It makes a lot of sense. Angelica's on the line. Good morning.
Good morning. Hi.
Hey, you've been holding for a long time.
Yeah.
How you doing? Well, hey, Heather B.
Hey, girl.
Hey.
Hey, I'm calling from Jersey.
Yes, represent.
All day.
We had a psychic, Linda Lauren, who was scheduled to be on in about 12 minutes. I wonder if she saw this coming, that Kanye would be late.
And how come she didn't tell us?
I know. She could have let us know that. You excited about talking with Kanye, the possibility, Angelica?
I am super excited. I've been a fan since I seen him at Record Fest in 2003. So I'm super excited. And I saw him this past Sunday.
I was there Sunday. That was a great concert, right?
Oh, man, the production was crazy. I mean, the stage, the lights, it was unbelievable. I mean, I've only seen stuff like that on Broadway. That was crazy.
Yeah, and I felt like I was on Broadway. Well, he'll be here momentarily, and we could talk about it as soon as he gets here, all right? All right, so I'm going to put you on hold, all right, and see if I get your question in, all right? Yeah, man, so there's a lot going on, HB, and, I have nothing else to say. You know, normally when people are late,
That's what I went. Okay. Can we have the real conversation?
Okay.
Otherwise, I'll just be quiet.
Okay. Normally when people are late, what do?
You slam them down. You say you disrespectful. You're canceled.
Yeah. Ye is a longtime friend.
He gave you your first TV.
He gave me my first TV, damn it.
I gave Sway his first TV.
You know, and for that, I owe him the world.
Right.
So he'll get a pass today. Plus, there's so many other people that are lined up to interview him behind us that I don't want to blow it for them.
Yeah.
So we're definitely not going to do that. You know, this man is one of the most impactful artists of the day, one of the most important artists of this generation. Can you pass me some of that vodka? I mean, that Sprite. And therefore, we're gonna go ahead and wait until he gets here. Sway in the Morning, Shade 4-5.
Talk to me, Sway.
I think the music is appropriate right now, man, because we leaving the planet and we leaving the stratosphere, and we going into different dimensions right now. Because the man I have deemed the most important artist of this generation, over 21 Grammys, 6 consecutive #1 albums, one of the most impactful voices to ever grab a microphone, one of the most talented producers to ever produce music, fashion, art, one of the most prolific people to ever speak on behalf of his thoughts, to trigger emotions and trigger thought of you. One of the most clever people to ever manipulate the internet. I watched him go from, Sway, you got to hear my rhymes, man. You got to hear my rhymes. I know I make beats, but you got to hear my rhymes. Being on a train.
Okay.
Amtrak train going to Philly to now being mentioned alongside the President of the United States more than once. We talk about President Obama, but you forget some of the things that this man has said to really go against the grain and challenge thought fearlessly. For example,
George Bush doesn't care about black people.
And then another thing is like people so gay conscious now. That's like the whole thing, like with the internet. Every day somebody, oh, I can tell he gay now, you know. But back in the days, people used to have songs called like "Get in That Ass" or something like that.
Remind me again who's the original Superfly. And I got love with hope, but I ain't fucking with that suit and tie.
ladies and gentlemen, welcome for the first time to Sway in the Morning here on Shade 4-5, the one, the only, the incomparable Kanye West.
That was a nice intro, Sway.
Absolutely.
I came off the top of the head, just a homie. What else can I do?
I don't even have to say anything. Interview over. That's all. That's it.
Yo, good to see you, man. First and foremost, it's good to see you. I had a chance to go and see the Yeezus tour for the first time. I could not miss this tour with A Tribe Called Quest opening up in Madison Square Garden. First of all, I really appreciate when artists like yourself put spotlight on artists that influence you. You know, artists that you grew up with, tuned in to, listening to, and that gave you inspiration like Tribe Called Quest. Is that why you put them on the bill?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's one of my biggest inspirations. Like, that's Q-Tip is like my hero. Like that Midnight Marauders, Electric Relaxation, Low End Theory, a lot of the melodies and that particularly Q-Tip, the type of chords they would sample, and that Pete Rock would sample, or that was sampled on 93 Till Infinity, which I felt was influenced by Tribe mostly, was, you know, what I was going for when I did the College Dropout, or when I always felt like I was at my highest level was when I was closest to like Tribe records. So a record like Heard 'Em Say was an accomplishment for me. To have something that even sounded close to what they did, you know.
You know, I heard you speak about other producers that are from that era, and I love when that happens because I don't think we value our history a lot.
Yeah.
You know, someone's gonna speak on you. They already have started speaking on you. You've influenced a generation of artists who are now becoming more introverted, but more outspoken, more in tune with the different dimensions of what it is to be a person, not just, your persona, but speaking emotionally as well. I heard you speak on Diamond D before, another classic producer. And then you also got Showbiz from the Digging in the Crates crew. What can you say about producers like Showbiz and Diamond D and how they influenced you?
Yeah, I mean, it was just every time something new dropped, whether it was like Soul Clap or, just Diamond D being the best producer on the mic.
Yeah.
And just, me having these guys to look up to or, and hearing the way their music sounded and knowing that, I didn't really have enough money to buy the records that were needed to create a sound to the level of what the Beatnuts were creating and what Diamond D was creating. And, you go through that a lot of times in your life where exactly what you want to make, you might not have the exact resources for it at that time. So that's where No ID was the one dude that I knew that had all those drums in his, basement.
Yeah.
Now, Eric Smith is one of the guys that I know that has what I need in order to keep creating what I need to make Donda the best way I could say it is the post-internet Disney, but it's more like Willy Wonka. More like whatever idea I have, I want to bring it into fruition. And it's not, Willy Wonka didn't stop making chocolate because he was making other things. People, even people want to marginalize me from the top all the way to the bottom. It could be, or who's to say who's at the top or the bottom, you know what I'm saying? But it's people who just want to hear the music that are like, don't work on nothing else because we love your music so much, so don't do that. And there's people at the top that are like, look, just perform at my, son's bar mitzvah.
Yeah.
Don't do that. And what Dr. King said about racism was, even if you don't, perform a racist act, if you turn your head to it, that's a form of racism.
That's a form of racism.
So as powerful as that is the way I'm trying to simplify and repeat to the public, to everyone involved, that is what they are doing to me now, because my demo tape is that Yeezus tour.
Yeah.
So if you take that Yeezus tour and you meet with Disney or you meet with Zuckerberg or you meet with Eric Smith, don't tell me I haven't written out the right plan for it. It's 20,000 people 4 nights in a row looking at pure creativity. So if I say I got a film idea, the Yeezus tour is more of a film or Broadway or play idea than it is a concert idea.
Yeah.
Watch the Throne was a rap concert idea. I like working with Jay because I can particularly get into the zone, a high level rap. And we brought that Neo, Run DMC, niggas in leather, Lux, chains, and everything to the highest level. And now you see the NFL uses that same thing, bringing Tom Brady up on a cube.
Yeah.
Right? But would the NFL invest in Donda to just come up with the ideas in the first place? Like before there was even a Willow or the concept of it. Basically, it's like if y'all ever saw Semi-Pro and how like Will Ferrell was like trying to start a new league.
Yeah.
Donda is like the NBA of creativity. There wasn't Willow, there's no idea. Willow is the guy who used to work for Donda that now designs Jay's tours, Rihanna's tours, and Justin's tours. But he's still one of my best friends and one of my biggest inspirations, and also found a lot of the guys that work at Donda currently, like Matt Williams, who created Ben Trill, and also had discovered Lady Gaga and put Gaga with Nick Knight and everything. So right now, y'all watching almost a comedy of life right now. If you go see Semi-Pro and see how this man was trying to get people to come to the show, he was the coach of the team.
Yeah.
He'd have to play on the team sometimes, and that's what it is. It's like, where would Michael Jordan be with no NBA?
Well, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Not to cut you off. That sounds familiar. What I got from one of the things, if you go to Yeezus, if you go see this tour, which I encourage everyone to see, because I've watched concerts my entire career and I've never had an experience quite like that. Every song was its own story, on stage. It was nothing was the same, and you were totally committed to it. You were even, when the lights were dim, you would call out in the middle of a song, yo, the lights are too dim or they're too bright.
Yeah.
When there was too much smoke around the mountain, yo, there's too much smoke. They can't get their Instagram pictures. it was really fascinating to see you so in control over this whole experience. And when I heard you tell a story about Lenny Kravitz trying to break into the world of fashion and Louis Vuitton and these guys giving you a shot and Pharrell and then turning their backs on you. When you say in that particular field, will you say that part of fashion, the fashion world, is racist?
Yeah, I say classist and controllers because it's not racist because they love Asians. You know, it's like, so it's not racism. You know, it's more like who can they control? I mean, a guy that was sent to me from Puma literally came to me and said, how can we control you? But you can't control me. Yeah. I'm going to bring positivity to the world. You know, I'm Christian. I'm about to be married. I got a family. I'm not trying to do nothing but good. But I'm going to rattle that cage until you let me do it. Like, I was interviewing with Charlamagne, and he kept on coming with these old slave concepts of, like, you know, how you going to work with the corporation, but you going to diss the corporation. I'm saying, I'm just turning, I want to be recognized. You don't think, like, half of Drake's songs was coming at me to the point where I had to show up on that stage with him? And now he's like, okay, now you see me. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm like, man, y'all gonna see me. Y'all not gonna act like y'all don't see me because there's 50 paparazzi following me. So no, like, Graydon Carter, Vanity Fair, no, it's no powers that could be that on the internet, that are control magazines, or that control media, that can stop the movement.
But what I don't like, I had Buckshot from Duck Down here yesterday. Yeah, he has a new sneaker called Triple Threat, and he couldn't break into the sneaker world. So he found his own partners. They got their own manufacturing. They're starting to take it they're going to start from the bottom and work their way up. You're Kanye West. All that stuff you said about Marc Jacobs and those guys and H&M stealing ideas.
Well, I was giving props to Marc Jacobs for actually letting two niggas in. And the thing is, he let one nigga in, but he was a nice guy. That's Pharrell. He let another nigga in that almost lost his life. So I'm living in the afterlife as far as I'm concerned. I'm living in a second life. I got heaven on earth right now, and I'm going to make sure that I find my joy. And I don't care about the stipulations of brands or names. People always talking about brands and names. I'm just talking about simplifying things, you know. Yeah. Eve made Adam bite the apple, and ever since then it's been illegal to be naked. I'm just trying to help people with their opinion on the law. I had some clothing mishaps. I've had some clothing triumphs and stuff like that. Yeah. But I know that I'm the next Ralph, to say the least. Like, people are combinations of what they were in the past. So that means, of course, I'm a combination of Martin and Malcolm, but I'm also a combination of Lenny and Michael, but I'm also a combination of Disney and this. We are common. In the future, people will be absorbing all of what was. You know, think about what the iPhone is currently. Like, you would have had to have 30 different things in your house to do what an iPhone does in one. So for people to say the idea that Kanye West should only do music is ridiculous. Like, people told me I shouldn't do music back when I was in art school.
Well, you know, I'm sorry. I know our time is limited, and I don't see you, so I'm going to ask you all. What I don't understand is...
I give you a little bit more time. We can go. Yeah.
Thank you. Hey, man, I appreciate that, man. Then you gave me time. You gave me my first TV. It's all coming together, man.
I gave Sway his first TV.
God damn it.
Like, you just ain't never had a TV ever before in your life.
Yo, Kanye helped you, Sway.
That was classic, though, man. That was classic. But why is it that you need these people? It's like you said, you don't need anybody to do these things. You don't need Adidas if you want to do a new shoe. Why?
Because you need proper production to bring some of that certain value. I mean, the thing is, put it like this. In order to get, like, if I want to get this Japanese level thermal, right, at a better price if I'm starting small, I'm not going to be able to get the best price, and I'm going to be losing money to the point where I can't afford it. I went $13 million in debt working on my clothing line, and I'm getting Kanye Wested constantly with the prices everywhere I go. So that means that if someone got less money than me, they charging me a bunch more because they look at me as the money. That's something they do. They take these celebrities and they show you this fabulous life of non-billionaires. That's not I'm talking about it's maybe it's like 20 hot celebrities a year. It's 1,470 billionaires. Those 20 hot celebrities if they were billionaires, they could make sure they're celebrities forever. Yeah. But they be out of there. They get the wrong hit. They get in trouble. They do this. They lose this contract, blah, blah, blah. They are controlled by that. One thing is, I was out in Italy, even right now, trying to start my own company. The type of people that work with musicians, for the most part, is very difficult to get high-end, respected fashion people to work with someone that's considered to be a musician.
Yeah.
It's very hard to get the good people because tell me this, if someone was a fashion designer and came to Dr. Dre, would Dr. Dre produce for them? No, it's hard. Yeah. It's just as hard as it was bringing Mos Def to the studio with Jay-Z. Now it's like, and that's what the College Dropout was. It was the combination of those things. But let's thank Adidas for giving me an opportunity. It wasn't that Nike didn't offer me a contract. It still was extremely marginalized and a slap in my face.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because they let me design, it's like, yeah, they did me a favor by letting me design, but they let other people design. They let Pharrell design. They let Eminem design. I just designed the Yeezys. I turned up where they didn't think I could turn up that far. And they tried to hold it back. It was like that moment, when I thought about taking Nicki's verse off of Monster, because I knew people would say that was the best verse on the best hip-hop album of all time, or arguably top 10 albums of all time, right? And I would do all that work, 8 months of work on Dark Fantasy, and people to this day would say to me, oh, my favorite thing was Nicki Minaj's verse. So if I let my ego get the best of me, instead of letting that girl get the shot to get that platform and become all she could be, I would take it off or marginalize her, try to stop her from having that shining moment. So what happens when Mark Parker's riding on his jet? Would somebody come up to him and say, my son's favorite shoe is a Yeezy? Now, they could have been working on the Flynet for 5 years and working on this project, but what I was doing was so disruptive. As disruptive as that Nicki Minaj Monster verse was, is how disruptive the Yeezys were. People hadn't felt that feeling since the Jordans. And by the way, the Jordans only popular at this point because of two people, me and Don C. Because Don C was ordering them vintage Jordans when the 4s used to break apart on the sole, and we was wearing them back when I was wearing a Louis Vuitton backpack with the polos, and the brand Jordan looked at us and said, oh man, we got to start retroing them. Because when you think of Jordans, what you think of, you don't even know what the new Jordans look like. All you think about is them retros.
What's going to happen with the Red Octobers?
You know what Nike told me when I asked them? We ain't sure. You know what they told the store, though, of my boy that run a store? They said, if y'all want that Red October, you got to take these 10 other shoes. So they told me they ain't sure. But then they told him, if you want that Red October, but legally, we got to both sign that contract, Mark Parker. I'm going to put Mark Parker all on that Summer Jam screen. And by the way, Mark Parker, yes, I will still accept an investment in Donda. I got some more ideas that don't involve shoes. But if you guys are investing in the arts, y'all want to invest in this school in Brazil, y'all want to go to Africa, I'm standing up and I'm telling you, I am Warhol. I am the #1 most impactful artist of our generation. I am Shakespeare in the flesh. Walt Disney, Nike, Google. Now, who's going to be the Medici family and stand up and let me create more? Or do you want to marginalize me till I'm out of my moment?
Or why don't you empower yourself and don't need them and do it yourself?
How, Sway?
Take a few steps back to go.
You ain't got the answers, man. You ain't got the answers.
Kanye.
You ain't got the answers. You ain't got the answers, Sway.
Kanye.
I've been doing this more than you.
Doing what
you
more
ain't
than
got,
me? Come on, chill out.
You
bro.
ain't got the answers.
Kanye,
you ain't got the answers.
I'm asking you.
You
a
ain't
question.
been doing the education,
bro.
You ain't been doing the education.
Kanye, calm down.
You don't have the answers though.
Calm down.
Because you trying to give me advice about something. You ain't got the answers. You ain't spent $13 million of your own money trying to empower yourself.
Yes, but I spent hundreds of thousands and putting out clothing lines at a smaller degree. All I'm asking you,
it ain't no Ralph though. It ain't Ralph level.
Let me ask you this: I'm asking
what's the name of your clothing line? We don't know.
Kanye,
you know what I'm saying?
Because I lost money, but that's not
exactly. And I could lose money on a higher level too.
And that's
don't think just because don't think because I got the most or the least money.
Let me finish my question, dog.
Man, man.
Let me hear the question.
You don't have the answers.
I'm asking you for the answer. It's a question. Why is it that you can't? You have money.
I just told you I lost the money because I did not have the knowledge of how to do it the right way.
So you don't have the money to do it. That's your answer. You ain't got to turn up, man. This ain't no fucking show, man.
No,
I'm talking to you as a homie.
No, it ain't no homie, man,
Man,
because the thing is, the bottom line is,
Man, all
everybody,
I'm saying, you ain't got to turn up you ain't got to, hold up. You
ain't
hold up.
no
Hey,
hold
man,
up.
listen, bro.
Ain't no hold up.
It ain't got to be no hold up. I'm asking you a
Ain't no
question.
hold up.
I'm asking you a
Ain't
question.
no hold up.
What do you mean it ain't no hold up, man? We here talking as civilized people. I'm trying to understand your world because when I go to your concert, I'm curious about what you're saying. I don't know. That's why I'm asking you the questions.
Well, I'm going to explain to you what it is.
Okay, but you ain't got to turn up on me man to man, dog. Fuck these mics. We could turn all this shit off. You ain't got to do this. It's cool. I love you, bro. But you ain't got to turn up. Don't try to embarrass us.
I'm not trying to embarrass y'all. What I'm trying to say to y'all is this industry of what I'm trying to get into, ain't nobody never broke down. Ain't nobody broke down. We all slaves. So I ain't trying to disrespect you on your show. We all slaves of something.
Ain't about my show, yeah.
I ain't trying to disrespect you, period. Let me talk if you're going to have me talk. We all slaves. We all slaves. And y'all ain't experienced nothing right here but a moment from a movie out of glory. Back in the days, the slaves had enough money, they could buy their own freedom. We all say we slaves to Nike. We slaves to Benz. We slaves to public perception. We slaves to not looking, what somebody going to say after the interview. Why you let Kanye do that? You should have checked him.
I don't give a
I love you, man.
about
I'm sorry. I love you, man. I'm sorry,
that's
okay?
Fine, that's fine.
But look at this. This is exactly what would happen at the French Revolution. This is exactly what happened. I'm sure there's some arguments with Harry Tubman and other people talking about, let's go this way, let's go that way. But what I'm trying to say is, I sat in Paris and met with these people. I invested my own money and lost money. I made T-shirts that made money. I made music that made money. But at the end of the day, Lucian Grainge still cut my music checks. As powerful as my voice is, Lucian still runs 50% of the music industry. Okay. Francois Pinault owns Balenciaga, Puma, Saint Laurent, Stella McCartney. Francois Arnault owns Louis Vuitton, Celine, Givenchy. Renzo Rosso owns Margiela, Diesel, Marni, Victor and Rolf. These guys got factories. These guys have factories. They run that. The thing that compresses me is time versus money. Integrity, money, and relevance. Because as I work on clothing more, I'm not rapping as much. So I'm not in the middle of that future mix because I didn't do that feature. I'm not rapping as much. I'm not having as much finances. I'm losing relevancy. The relevancy is part of my power that allows my brand to be big. That's what I'm saying. You juggle so crazy, but then you get a Nike that could simply say, the Yeezys did good. That was a good job. Let me get you some more so you can start your own line, because obviously people lining up for it. But they'll marginalize you and play you and talk about, we don't even know when the Red October's coming out. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? I'm juggling a lot of things at the same time. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all putting me number 6 after Big Sean on the hip-hop list.
Man, you really give a...
what I'm saying, my relevancy, that means because I'm wearing a kilt or because I'm doing something
man,
that's
ain't
gaining...
Why you came number 6. At the time we did the show...
What you think now, though?
If we did it now, you'd be number 1. But at the time, you or Drake, it'd be between you and Drake who would be number 1. That's what I say now. Who you think would be number 1 out of you and Drake? Drake.
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I think now. At the time we did the list, you had the Cruel Summer album and you had the Mercy song. You didn't have New Slave out.
I don't care about the list.
But I do, because you've been going around discrediting the list. No. And the people who do the list, there's not another collective of people in this business that know more about hip-hop. These are the same people who said you were number 1 years ago.
Yeah, no, it's fine. The list is fine.
Okay.
But what I'm trying to say is, when you're trying to keep up with the list and write all these raps, but you also trying to learn about clothing, you got a whole hood calling you a fag for even liking clothes or being at, like, the runway shows. Like, you can't be a masculine person like Ralph Lauren and still love the beauty and texture of clothing as an artist and still love a fat ass at the same time. You know, then you got
America, the president, constantly attacking you. Then you got people overcharge you at all times. Then you got your constant public perception being brought down. AG telling you when you going to tour and when you can't tour. Everybody got an opinion towards you. You got shoes like the Nikes selling at $80,000 and the head won't even get on the phone with you. You got a meeting where every single door gets closed on you like the Will Smith movie with his son. It's like that. It's like that for me. Because I'm in that Michael Jackson position where he couldn't get his video played on MTV because he was considered to be urban.
So what is your
and
plan?
Sidebar, you got to get it. You got to. Charlemagne wanted this so bad.
Listen,
he wanted me to turn up so bad I wouldn't even look at him. See, I could turn around you because I love you as my brother. We got history. Me and Charlemagne, we turn up. We don't know where that's gonna go. I know that we gonna hug it out. Everything is cool and
we're
stuff.
good money. But and we haven't talked in a while. And what you go through. And by the way, I am always in your corner.
Yeah.
And you're right. You're in a realm where we don't know. People don't know what you're experiencing. Man, all these fucking names you name it sound foreign to me, bro. Because we don't know. But we need you to explain it. If I ask you a question, man, you can't blow up on it. I'm trying to understand. Why can't you? I don't understand. Now I do. I don't understand why you need these people to get your music out. You got the internet. You the king of the internet. When you did your Good Fridays, that was fucking internet. Nobody did nothing like that. Why you need those people is what I don't understand. But you explained it to me. That's a fair question. Let's talk about your music real quick, though. All right. Because I know you got to go.
Lord, my drink is running out too this way. Goodness.
First of all, the Yeezus album was incredible to me.
Thank you.
There's a lot of messaging that I liked. Sonically, it was different. It reminded me of a time we were on the road talking to veterans, and I asked you about music, and you said, I don't use sounds. I said, how you picking your sounds? You said, I don't see music as sounds. I see it as colors. So when I listen to your music, that's what I do. I see it as colors. Two things. I'm curious to why Pusha T and Big Sean weren't on this tour when they're good music artists. Why you decided not to put them on the tour?
Well, every artist that makes good music is on good music.
Mm-hmm.
Drake on good music.
Okay.
Wayne on good music. James Blake on good music. Frank Ocean on good music. You make good music, you on good music in my mind. I'm not marginalized by the brand of the deal that I've taken from Universal in order to cut some of my homeboys some checks so that we can, work on creative projects together. I'm not marginalized by the branding concept of good music versus cash money. All I do, text baby like, yo, we need to do something together. You know what I'm saying? We not each other's enemies. And everybody got to get their own, maybe it's just a piano that I bring in for John Legend, executive produce that. Maybe it's an art package that I do for Pusha, or beg him to take like a certain song off that I think sound too commercial, because we didn't, we didn't quite get to that with Big Sean on some of the songs that I wanted to take off and stuff. And it upset me as a hip hop artist a bit. And now he gonna turn up on this next one, and we talked it out and everything, and that's what it's gonna be. But I think that for me, I serve as an inspiration. Why I think we do go hard. I feel like starting from the bottom, now we here is Drake rapping harder because we pushing harder. We pushing each other like when Jadakiss and Styles were spitting, we had to push each other. And what I'm establishing with Yeezus is, to take that stance, and I put my whole family on my back, and I say fuck the radio, as that number one most important artist of our generation to say that. And I'm saying fuck the radio, not saying I don't want to be played on the radio, but it's just saying stop making songs for the radio, make songs for the people. Make songs, and then some people could say, well, man, I don't feel like Yeezus is for the people. I don't feel like blah, blah, blah. Or make songs for yourself. You know what I'm saying? Make songs, because for me, I like On Site. I like all the songs. That's the shit that's enjoyable for me to listen to after because when I was in Paris, man, I worked on that album. I'm sitting, my mom nicknamed me Mandela when I was a shorty. I wanted to burn those buildings down. It's a misconception that I said boycott Louis Vuitton. You can't I wouldn't tell nobody to boycott a brand ain't nobody even thinking about no more. Nobody think about buying no Louis Vuitton. That brand old. You know what I'm saying? Nobody think about that brand. I wouldn't say boycott that brand. I'm talking about some relevancy, but I wanted to go in and turn, because let me tell you something else that is so hip hop. The music
and the clothing are just as important. That's what make you hip hop. You show people that you hip hop by what you wear. So if I was able to be considered a person that wasn't allowed to be hip hop, wasn't allowed to be a rapper, and I went in and turned around and became the most important not rapper but artist of the past 10 years, that's exactly what I'm gonna do. And I'm gonna be the first straight hip hop, loud, celebrity, non-etiquette having, blackout all the time, fresh ass, super tasteful designer of all time. I'm gonna be the Tupac of clothing. You can't be a bigger music superstar than Michael Jackson. You can't be a bigger basketball star than Michael Jordan. You can't be a bigger rapper than Tupac. But it's a space and it's product territory to Steve Jobs that all the way.
Can I? Okay. And I respect that, and I think that's what makes you great. That's what makes you an inspiration. You're fearless, okay? And we need that in hip hop. I've seen that with Pac. I see that with you. I've seen that with Jay. I see that with Drake in the way he makes his music. You know, people critique him by this. He going through similar things you went through, but he's fearless. But at the end of the day, too, at the core of all this, what made me like you in the first place is that you're talented and you know how to rap well. So all this shit started with rap, bro. And my second question is,
that's your opinion. That's not my opinion.
For me, but I'm talking about for me.
I started from my mama. Now I'm here. All this started with when my mom was educating me.
You missed the time. I'm talking about from. I didn't know you when you were born. I'm talking about. I'm talking about when we started hanging out.
Yeah.
We used to come up to MTV, and it was your talent that you as a producer. Your mind wasn't where you are. You ain't the same person today that you were when we met.
Yes, I was. Yes, I am.
You're a lot more mature. You're a father now. You're not the same person.
Yeah, in a way, but I've been the same person since age 0.
Okay.
I was born to be me.
Hey, man, can you do a rap for us? Can you rap for us, bro? Can I get a verse?
I ain't got no new verse.
You ain't got a new verse?
I ain't got no new verse.
Man, last time we talked, you came off the top of the head. Let's take it back to the basics, man.
Okay.
All right, let's do it. Fuck it. Kanye West, Sway in the Morning, Shade 4-5. Wonder, what you got?
Is Eurobeat?
You don't want that one? You be the last person to pick a beat, man. You just tell me the beat.
We
you
gonna
be the
be
last.
here until tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. Since you feeling that a little bit.
Well, I like 9 Inch Nails though. So what you
talk about what you talking about, man?
I just put it in rap form.
Yeah, talk about what you talking about. Talk about them names, these corporations, this marginalization.
I can make shit rhyme. I can make shit rhyme if I'm feel like, even if I don't. So I just might not, cause I don't want, and I'm just gonna freestyle for the first time with a freestyle that don't even go together. Oh, no rhymes. That's my new shit. Nothing rhymes. How that sound? Uh-oh. Wow. You ain't got the answer, Sway. I can say it all night.
That's the next one. You ain't got the answer, Sway. Damn, man. Hey, wait, hold up. I started the year off with I gave Sway his first TV.
Now what is it?
I got to end the year off with you ain't got the answer, Sway.
Hashtag it.
Dog, man, you've been making me have a great year, bro. Thank you, man. That's your rap? That's what you're going to leave us with?
Yeah, that was the first freestyle that had absolutely no rhymes.
That's what you're going to leave us with, right?
Yeah.
That's it, huh?
Yeah.
That's word?
That's it.
That's it, huh?
Yeah.
What about a written?
No.
No? But you still love to rap, though?
I do.
Okay, cool, man. Hey, listen, brother. Check this out, man. It's always good to see you.
All right. Hug it out,
right,
bro.
And good luck on your plight and whatever you need from us, man. Get at us, man. All right, and nigga, check this out. I don't use the word nigga. I'm not a nigga user. Don't yell at me again on the mic. All right?
I love,
Okay,
man. No
yeah.
disrespect. I love you. I love you, Sway.
All right, I love you too.
I ain't
bro.
mean to turn up at your show, man.
No, I don't. It's life, baby. This ain't.
Yeah.
Don't marginalize me to this show, man.
Yeah,
don't do
Sway.
that to me, man. All right,
Yeah.
this is life, but I love you, man. Kanye West, ladies.
Because you know
and
we
gentlemen.
argue, we not out anywhere else anyway, so
Yeah,
that's how we
man,
talk.
That's
so.
true, man. We
Yeah.
do get at each other. All right, man. We got Linda Lauren, the psychic, up next.
Yeah.
Sway in the morning, Shade 4-5. Sway in the morning, Shade 4-5. 38 minutes into the hour. Listen, we are in for a treat. We have who I consider to be one of our friends now, Linda Lauren.
Thank you.
Who's the author of the book Medium Rare,
Yes.
the memoir of a fourth-generation psychic medium. It's out now. You go order this book in stores. And we had her up here once, and we very seldom have a psychic up twice because the first time we discover that there's something inconsistent about their gift. All right?
Sway's being honest with you, Linda, right now. He doesn't invite people back.
No, but Linda came up here, and she looked at us all, and she described us in colors.
Yes.
You looked at me and said my colors were... Do you remember?
Well, they changed.
They changed.
No, they changed.
Okay.
You got purple today.
What does that mean?
Purple's intuition. Now,
Intuition.
normally you'd probably work with yellow,
Mhm.
but you're going to have to work with the purple. Right
Okay.
now, no blue.
No blue?
No.
Okay.
Too much communication right now.
Okay.
So you got to kind of cut back a little bit.
Ain't that something?
You heard my last guest, didn't
No,
right?
I
Okay,
didn't.
okay.
We were in the green room.
Oh, okay.
Okay, I knew your guest was here because I understood that,
Yeah.
that he was here. But his energy, your last guest,
Yeah.
Kanye's energy is very, very red, which means that he's eager to get out there fast, furious, make it happen. Boom, he's gone.
Mm-hmm.
So he's going to be like the wind.
Yeah.
He's going to be fast no matter what. He has to be careful
Why is
because that can affect heart issues, can do things to health.
Mhm.
So he's got to make sure he equalizes it and slows down. That's what I would say.
That's
So
interesting.
Got to kind of balance.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
the balance.
absolutely.
But your colors change from
Yeah.
blue.
Uh-huh.
You're going into the purple.
What was blue? What does blue stand for?
Communication.
Communication.
But you got too much going on.
Yeah.
You want to cut it back a little bit so you're thinking more. You're
yeah.
being more intuitive about it.
Uh-huh.
That's what I'm feeling. So
Okay.
that's why and colors change because you're changing, your aura changes, your energy shifts. You have a different look about you each time.
Mhm.
People think, oh, I always look the same. If I looked at your handwriting, I would tell you something too because your handwriting changes every single
You
time.
want to see mine real quick?
Sure,
I'll write
let
out
me
a
see.
sentence real quick. I'm
Yeah.
going to write out a sentence.
Write your signature.
Oh, cursive or
Both. Both.
That's sloppy. Wow, Sway.
Whatever, Heather.
No, it's okay.
Did you
It's
pass
okay.
notes in school like that?
Heather.
All right, so I did it in manuscript, all right, in cursive.
Okay. You want me to show you? Want me to show you on you?
Okay, my
Yeah, that's
signature
government.
was
This
kind of
is-
off, but yeah, you know.
Can you
Okay.
see? Okay,
All
our
right.
signature is kind of off a little
Okay,
bit.
can you see that?
Can
We're
you
going to
see?
put that on the camera so we can post it on Sway'sUniverse.com.
Government.
Uh-huh.
All
Can you
right.
see it? Okay.
All right.
Got
Okay,
it?
got it.
All right. The read. Okay. Whoa. Okay.
Told you.
Whoa is the read. Whoa. Okay. This is really interesting because you really work with details,
Uh-huh.
but you're all over the place. So you tend to have like an arc.
Uh-huh.
And like the arc will have all these different things that you have to do. And each part of that arc, you have to spend time with. You try very hard to be organized, to
Yeah.
be straightforward. It works for you, but your energy, you got to be very careful, a little
Uh-huh.
scattered.
My energy is a little scattered.
Even though you're trying to keep it all together, it's like maybe too much work for you.
You know, one of my the people here that run this place are listening right now, and it sounds like you're saying I need an extended vacation, right? I need a vacation.
Yes.
A paid vacation.
VACATION.
Linda Lauren is here. This is what I want to do. I want to open up the phone lines. People could call in, and you could tell them a little bit about themselves if they tell you their story.
Yeah, actually, they just have to say their name
Uh-huh.
and maybe their sign. a question, one or two words,
Yeah.
and I'll pick up on the colors and what's going on around them.
Okay.
And I'll, whatever happens. You
Man,
never know.
You never know. She's the most accurate person I ever dealt with.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
In
That's
this
kind.
arena. 888-742-3345. You want to talk with Linda Lauren, the psychic? Call us. Bone Thugs and Harmony, Swing the Morning Shade 4-5. 48 minutes into the hour. We have Linda Lauren is here. Has an excellent book.
Yeah.
And it's called Medium Rare.
Medium Rare. It's a memoir.
A memoir.
Fourth generation
psychic.
Medium.
There's a difference.
Psychic medium. I'm both.
Yeah, psychic medium. What's the difference, real quick?
Well, psychic, it helps you with now, and the medium helps you with those who have passed.
Okay, you're doing this thing where we both, all three of us gave you our signatures, and then we wrote out our names.
Right.
And looking at Tracy G's signature and manuscript, what do you gather?
Ooh la la.
What do you gather from that?
Tracy, can you say this?
That's a hot one, right? It's going to sell for a lot one day.
I'm telling you. Tracy, you're going to get more into art. There's more artistic endeavors. There's more, you're going to have to really take control of an aspect of your life that you're not taking control of right now. Something that's really big that you're ignoring. And it's
Is it
coming,
a penis?
It's
What? Do elaborate.
So serious. I mean, she going.
It could be because of all those rainbow colors. She's still got them going on. But she's got more. You have more white than anything else, which means you're trying to be very clear about what you want. You're trying to be very clear. Now, you tend to cut things off. So
yes.
Brief. You go brief.
I get bored very
you got to
easily.
work on that. Not good.
She does that with
work
relationships.
Work on that.
Okay.
With
Now what about?
relationships too?
Yeah, right. Don't you, Tracy?
What do you say?
Over relationships.
Oh, yes. I'm sorry, HB. Because I remember last time I grabbed you right before you left, and I was like, please, tell me about my love life. That's what I really want to know. And you said that a relationship was going to be... Yes. So let me tell you what happened yesterday.
Oh, Maron.
A boy that had...
Oh, gosh.
Come on, man. I need this moment. A boy who had the tightest grip on my soul. His name is not Torge, by the way.
Okay.
He had the tightest grip on my soul. I wanted him for freaking 5 years. We had the most intense connection ever. We both cheated on our significant others with each other emotionally.
That's intense.
Yeah, that's very intense.
Anyways, and he told me after 5 years that he loves me.
Isn't that what you wanted?
But I don't know. I don't think the time is now. Still.
What sign are you?
I'm a Scorpio.
What sign is he?
A fucking Scorpio.
Okay, I'm going to tell you to forget it. Okay, no. Actually, Scorpios they have a tendency to be very intuitive, but they also have a tendency to joke too much and be a little bit bitchy. So you're going to have you're going to have to really, this is a testing relationship. It's going to test you, challenge you. You really ought to think about it. It might not be more than a one-shot deal.
Okay.
All right. Okay, we got a bunch of callers online. Callers get 30-second reads, and then we move on to the next one, okay?
No, we'll try for 60 at least.
Okay, well, we got a lot.
Well, 30. We'll do 30.
We'll try. Okay, all right.
I'll do less.
Okay, we got, say your name and where you calling from.
C-Note from Ohio.
Hi, there's a lot of green. Okay, you're going to be finding money that you've lost. So money's coming to you. You haven't really felt it before, but it's there. So I want you to just be open to being in receipt of money. Remember that? Take care and God bless.
All right, we got Marquez from Minneapolis. Marquez, good morning.
Hi.
Yo, what's up, Sway, Heather?
Hey, good morning.
Marquise from Minneapolis. Marquise, Sway.
Marquise, my bro. My bad.
Hey, Linda, I'm a Sagittarius. 33 years old. I just had a baby like 2 years ago. I just want to know, am I headed in the right direction?
Okay. A lot of red, blue, green. It means that you are trying to cover all bases. You have to actually work with a budget over the next 3 days to 3 weeks. Start that process and then let that budget work for you. Into the new year, you've got some really good positive things going on. Take care and God
Congratulations,
bless.
Marquise. Congratulations. Okay, we'll take one more. Jay is in New Jersey. Good morning, Jay.
Hey, Jay.
Say hello to Linda.
What's going on, Sway? How you doing, Linda?
Hi, good. How can I help you? Your sign.
So I'm curious. A boy of mine passed away almost a year ago, coming up in December on his 1 year anniversary. I just want to see if you got any messages from beyond.
Okay. Temper. That's what I get. I get a big red flag. And the big red flag in front of me is saying that your friend wants you to be careful of your temper. So you've got to take that through the holidays, take that through your life, because there's a tendency for rage. Don't do that. Calm down. Take care, and God bless, and know you're not alone.
All right. Thank you for your calls. You know what I'm going to do is I want to give them a direct line to you because our show is ending right now. You knew that was coming.
Hey, I'm psychic medium. I knew.
Okay. How can people reach you directly, and how can they find your book?
908-518-9001 or lindalauren.com. I'm on Facebook, Linda Lauren. I'm on Twitter as Linda Lauren. I'm on Instagram, as you know.
Yep.
You're going to start following me.
That's right, my bad. All right.
And, and you can find me that way. And I am in Mountainside, New Jersey, about 20 minutes from Manhattan on Route 22 West.
You gave your phone number out.
Yeah, I did.
What is it?
908-518-9001.
908. Okay, Linda Lauren, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
Thank you for coming by. She's going to do some more reads off air.
Yes.
Also, we want to thank our guest, Kanye West, for coming by.
What a guest.
You can see the whole interview on SwayesUniverse.com. And John O'Hurley, make sure you watch him on Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
The National Dog Show.
Yeah, sponsored by Purina.
Yeah.
That's psychic.
You
That's psychic.
you're
I
a
do
pet
dogs,
psych-
too.
You do dogs, too?
Oh, yeah. I have a column called Psychic Companion at Dogs.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Linda Lauren, ladies and gentlemen. All right. All right, tomorrow's show, we got DJ Just Dizzle's coming back to finally get his guest set in.
Dizzle.
And we got Get in the Game as well. Heather B, you can be reached where?
You can reach me at the happy hour with heatherb.com.
Tracy G.
Get at me on Twitter at It's Tracy G with no E. It's the same for Instagram.
I'm at Real Sway on Twitter and Instagram and SwayesUniverse.com. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed today's show.
It was hard.
Humdinger.
Sway.
What?
I love your Oakland.
You like my Oakland?
Oakland born and bred, right?
Man, I'm more Oakland than any Oakland rapper you know.
That's what's up,
All
sir.
right.
You Raider.
All right, until tomorrow, we have nothing left to say.